Good afternoon to all. My name is S. Sridhar, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, PSNA College of Engineering and Technology, Dindikkal. Today I am going to deliver the topic of video lecture on design of gearboxes. This topic is very useful to third year mechanical 6th semester students for design of transmission system subject. Machine design. Machine design is the process of engineering design. Machine is made up of mechanism that works together to satisfy the requirements of what the machines to accomplish to satisfy the need. And machine design takes into account of kinetics and kinematics, which deal with motion and the forces on an object in motion. Machine design is applied through a specific processes including benchmarking, specific design goals and requirements, brainstorming, evaluating, selection of the different options, create in-depth design, creating and testing a prototype, and finally manufacture the machine. Gearbox. Gearbox is a mechanical component which transmits the power from one place to another place in variable torque at variable speed. There is a most common application of gearbox is automobiles. During the hill climbing, there is torque is needed for is more. At the same time, the vehicle can move only low speeds like that first and second gear. At the same time, there is a plain roads. There is requirement of torque is very low. So the vehicles can move in the top speeds like 5th, 4th and 5th gear. And variable speeds we can obtain from cone pulley arrangement, gearbox mechanism, variable speed electric motor and hydraulic operations. Among these four, gearbox mechanism is the best method because of it is more efficiency compared to others. The efficiency means here there is it transmits the power up to 99%. And disadvantages of gearbox mechanism is it transmits the power at shortest distance. Then application of gearbox is first one is machine tools and automobiles. This diagram is represent the power transmitted in the automobile. This is first part. The automobile is consist of engine, clutch, transmission, drive shaft, differential and flywheel. There is engine produce the power during starting. When applying the clutch, the transmission device, that means gearbox, is engaged to the crankshaft and it transmits the power from crankshaft to drive shaft. Then drive shaft is connected to the differential. Differential is consist of sun gear. It transmits the power at 90 degree to the rear wheel. Gearbox is consist of the various pairs of gears. The requirement of gear speeds in the gearbox, it should provide series designated of spindle speeds. It should transmit a required amount of power and it should have simple construction. It should silent smooth operation during transmission and it should easily accessible because then the preventive maintenance is easy. Then types of the gearbox. Types of the gearbox is there is a three types of gearboxes there. One is sliding mesh gearbox. Number 2. Constant mesh gearbox. Number 3, synchro mesh gearbox. Then working principles of sliding mesh gearbox. In neutral condition, this diagram is represent the neutral condition. Actually, the gearbox is consist of input shaft, counter shaft and output shaft are there. The always input shaft gear and counter shaft gear mesh together. And here there is a various gear pairs is engaged in the output shafts. During the neutral condition, the input shaft and output shaft, there is no contact between them. So there is no power transmitted from input shaft to output shaft. Here there is a counter shaft is an intermediate shaft. It transmits the motion from input shaft to output shaft. During the first gear, the largest gear pair is engaged into the counter shaft. During the first gear, the largest gear pair is engaged to the counter gear shaft. So the power input from input shaft and goes to the counter shaft, then goes to the output shaft. Here there is a largest pair, it will be pushing to the counter shaft gear. So here there is a torque, it will be produced high, at the same time speed it will be very low. So there is a torque and speed is that inversely proportional. During the second gear, the next smallest gear, it machined the counter shaft gear. Here there is a power transmitted is indicated in the red light. Compared to the first gear, it will be torque, it will be very less. At the torque it will be very less. At the same time there is a speed, it will be high. During the third gear, next smallest gear, it will be machined to the counter shaft gear. So here there is a power transmitted from the input shaft to counter shaft, again counter shaft to output shaft. Here there is a torque, it will be compared to other two gears, there is a torque, it will be very less, and speed it will be more. During the fourth gear, during the operation of fourth gear, there is an output shaft directly engaged into the input shaft. So there is a torque, it will be produced very less. At the same time there is speed, it will be very high. During the reverse gear option, there is a largest gear is engaged in the largest gear engaged into the ideal gear, then ideal gear engaged into the counter shaft gear. So the power first transmitted in the input shaft to counter shaft, again counter shaft to ideal gear, then ideal gear to reverse gear. So there is a output can obtain the rotate in the reverse direction. Then this is a constant mesh gearbox. There is a constant mesh gearbox, there is a same consists of the same parts like engine shaft, lay shaft, then differential, then ideal gear, then gear selector 4. At the same time it will be added some, there is a dog clutch, 3 dog clutch there is having. At the same time there is all the gear pairs is meshed into the counter shaft gear and it will be freely rotated. There is no contact between the output shaft and gear pairs. So in the neutral condition there is no contact between the input shaft to output shaft. So there is no power transmitted from input shaft to output shaft. During the first gear, there is a dog 1 is moves towards the left hand side direction and engage into the largest gear pair. So here there is a torque, it will be more, and the speed it will be very less, and the power it will be transmitted from input shaft to lay shaft, then lay shaft to output shaft. During the second gear, there is a first dog, it moves towards the right hand side direction and engage into the second gear. So there is a power transmitted from the input shaft to lay shaft, then again lay shaft to output shaft. And there is a second gear compared to the first gear, that is torque it will be very less and speed it will be more. During the third gear, there is second dog, it will be move towards the left hand side direction and engage into the third gear. So there is power transmitted indicated in the red light, and there is compare these two gears, there is a third gear, it will be produce the less torque and produce the more speed. And during the fourth gear, there is a power, the second dog it move towards the right hand side direction and engage in this gear pair. Here there is a power is transmitted indicated in the red light. At the same time there is, it will be compared to the other three gears, there is a torque, it will be very less and the speed it will be more. During this fifth gear, that means top gear, there is a third dog, it moves towards the right hand side direction and engage this gear pair. So here there is a power is transmitted from input shaft to output shaft, input shaft to lay shaft, then lay shaft to output shaft. Here there is a highest speed obtained in the output shaft because of this is the smallest gear compared to the others. So there is a gear is a smallest gear, it will be produced the torque, it will be very less. Already we told that I told that there is a torque, it will be torque and the speed are inversely proportional. So torque it will be very less, at the same time speed it will be very high. During the reverse condition, there is the third dog is moved towards the right hand side direction and engage into the reverse gear. Here there is a reverse gear is meshed into the ideal gear, then ideal gear it meshed into the counter shaft gear. Here there is a power is transmitted from input shaft to lay shaft, then lay shaft to the ideal gear, then ideal gear to reverse gear. So obtain the output shaft, obtain the reverse speed, rotate in the reverse direction. Then synchro mesh gearbox. The synchro mesh gearbox is working principle is there is same like as constant mesh gearbox. Here there is a dog clutch is replaced in the gear positive clutch. Then next we discuss about the step by step procedure for gearbox design. Step number 1, progression ratio. Or step ratio. Progression ratio or step ratio, when the spindle speeds are arranged in geometric progression, then the speed of the gears to adjacent speed of the gears ratio is called as progression ratio or step ratio. The formula for progression ratio is pi n power minus 1 is equal to n max divided by n minimum. Here n is equal to number of speeds, pi is equal to progression ratio, n max equal to maximum speed in RPM, n minimum is equal to minimum speed in RPM. Then corresponding spindle speeds, after calculation of progression ratio, the corresponding spindle speeds are taken from PSG design data book, page number 7.20. Then step number 2, structural formula. Structural formula is the structure of the gears arranged in the gearbox. Here there is n is equal to P1 x1, then P2 x2, then P3 x3, like this. N is number of stages, number of speeds, P1 comma P2 comma P3 is equal to number of stages, x1 comma x2 comma x3 characteristics of the stages. This is stage number 1. Here this is stage number 1. Then this is the stage number 2. Then this is the stage number 3. Next, there is preferred structural formula for various speed. This is a speeds, here structural formulas. Six-speed gearbox. The structural formula is 3:1, 2:3, and another structural formula is 2:1 and 3:2. Then 8-speed gearbox, 2:1, then 2:2, then 2:4. Another structural formula is 4:1 and 2:4. Then 9-speed gearbox, 3:1 and 3:3. Then 12-speed gearbox, 3:1, 2:3 and 2:6. Another structural formula is 2:1, 3:2, 2:6. Then again another structural formula is 2:1, 2:2, 3:4. Then 14-speed gearbox, 3:1, 3:3, then 2:5. Then 15-speed gearbox, 3:1, 3:3, then 2:6. Then 16-speed gearbox, 4:1, 2:4, 2:8. And another structural formula is 2:1, 4:2, 2:8. Then another structural formula is 2:1, 2:2, 4:4. Then 18-speed gearbox, 3:1, 3:3, 2:9. Then another structural formula is 3:1, 2:3, 3:18. Then another structural formula is 2:1, 3:2, 3:6. So there is a structural formulas. There is 6-speed gearbox and 8-speed gearbox and 9, 12, 14, 15, 16 and 18-speed gearbox structural formulas given here. And among these speeds there is a 14, except in the 14 and 15-speed gearbox, and all other speeds gearbox obtain the last stage having the obtain the number of speeds. For example, there is a 6-speed gearbox having 2 into 3, there is 6 speeds is obtained. At the same time 8-speed gearbox obtain the 2:4 is 8 speeds are obtained. At the same time 12-speed gearbox is obtained the 2 into 6. So like that there is all the speeds except in the 14 and 15-speed gearbox, other speeds gearbox is obtained the number of speeds in the last stage. But in the 14 and 15-speed gearbox is a, so it will be called as overlapping gearbox. Overlapping gearbox or overlapping gears. Overlapping speeds. Overlapping gearbox or overlapping speeds. Next, step number 3, ray diagram. Ray diagram is the graphical representation of the drive arrangement in general form, and also ray diagram is a graphical representation of structural formula. For example, there is 9-speed gearbox, structural formula is 3:1 and 3:3. There is a ray diagram having, this is a stage 1, first stage, then this is the second stage. Here first we create the one rectangular box, and total number of stages here 2 stage, so we divided as a, I divided as a box is as 2, this is a stage 1, and this is the stage 2, and totally this is a 9 speed gearbox, so total number of speeds is 9, so we have to divide as 9 speeds. N1, then N2, then N3, then N4, then N5, then N6, then N7, then N8, then N9. So there is a 9 speeds are there. Here in the first stage there is a only one input speed is there, and the output speeds are 3. Like this, the input speeds are, we have to take in the left hand side topmost corner, because of there is a this topic is continued to the basic rules. Some basic rules are there for the ray diagram. So these basic rules, when satisfying, we have to take and the input speed as left hand side topmost corner. Then there is having the only one input speed as divided as 3 output speeds, like this. Next stage having 3 input speeds are there. Here 1, 2, 3. There is a 3 input speeds are there. These 3 input speeds, each speed has divided as 3 output speeds. So in this last stage, in the minimum input speed should be connect with the low speeds, like this. Then next is second one is indicated in the dotted line. Then third one. Next speed is 1 second, it will be output speeds are there, then second output speeds, then third time it will be divided. So totally we get the 9 output speeds. This is a shaft number 1, then this is shaft number 2, then this is shaft number 3. Actually the ray diagram provides the following informations like number of stages, number of shafts, and number of output speeds, total number of output speeds. Then the basic rules for optimum gearbox design. Then first condition is the transmission ratio. That is high. Transmission ratio is in all the stages, transmission ratio is limited by 0.25 is greater than or equal to then 0.25 is less than or equal to I, then less than or equal to 2. Otherwise I minimum is equal to n minimum divided by n input should be greater than or equal to 0.25, and I maximum is equal to n max divided by n input should be less than or equal to 2. Then second rule is at the stable condition in all stages the speed ratios are n max divided by n minimum should be less than or equal to 8. Then third condition is in all stages except in the first stage n max is greater than or equal to n input greater than n minimum. Then fourth condition, the sum of number of teeth on mating gear in the given stage must be same in the sliding gearbox set. Then fifth condition, the minimum number of teeth on the smallest gear should be greater than or equal to 17. Is that minimum should be greater than or equal to 17. Then sixth basic rule is the minimum difference between the two adjacent gears must be, number of teeth must be 4. So these 6 conditions should be satisfied in the ray diagram. Next, step number 5. Step number 4, kinematic arrangement. Or kinematic layout. Kinematic arrangement or kinematic layout shows the gear arrangement in the gearbox. For example, there is a 9-speed gearbox. The structural form is 3:1 and 3:3. Here there is a stage, number of stages, stage 1 and stage 2. So we have to, there is a 3 shafts are there. Here shaft 1, shaft 2, shaft 3. So the 3 shafts are there. This is a shaft 1, then this is the shaft 2, then this is shaft 3. Here stage 1, then this is the stage 2. Here first stage there is a 3 gear pairs are there. So 3 gear pairs, one is smallest gear, next one is the largest gear, next one is the intermediate gear. Then this gear pairs is meshed into the shaft number 2. Here there is a smallest gear pair is a larger one, and the largest gear pair is a smaller one. At the same intermediate gear pair is intermediate. So at the same, in the second stage there is having the 3 gears in the shaft number 2. So there is minimum gear, it consists of minimum gear, then maximum gear, then intermediate gear. Then these gear pairs are engaged into the shaft number 3. So first one is, there is a smallest gear, then gear pair is a maximum one, then maximum gear pair is a smallest one, and intermediate gear pair is a intermediate. So this is Z1, Z2, Z3, then Z4, then Z5, then Z6, then Z7, then Z8, then Z9, this is Z10, then this is Z11, then this is Z12. Z is mentioned the number of teeth on gear. And the kinematic arrangement is detailedly explained the working principles of the gearbox. For example, there is a 9-speed gearbox. First there is Z1 and Z2 are meshed. At the same time Z7 and Z8 are meshed. We obtain the first gear. We obtain the first speed. Then second speed, Z1 and Z2 are meshed. At the same time these two are disengaged, and 9 and 10, Z9 and 10 mesh together. So we obtain the second gear, second speed. Then third speed, Z1 and Z2 and Z11, Z12 mesh together, we obtain the third speed. Then fourth speed, Z1 and Z2 disengage. At the same time Z3 and Z4 are mesh. At the same time Z7 and Z8 are meshed together. So we obtain the fourth speed. At the same time Z3 and Z4 are meshed, and Z9 and Z10 are meshed. Z3 and Z4, Z9 and Z10 are meshed. We obtain the fifth speed. Then sixth speed, Z3 and Z4 and Z11 and Z12 are meshed, we obtain the sixth speed. Then seventh speed, Z5 and Z6, these two gears are disengaged and Z5 and Z6 are merged and Z7 and Z8 are merged, we obtain the seventh speed. Eighth speed, Z5 and Z6 are meshed and Z9 and Z10. These two and these two engage, we get the eighth speed. Then ninth speed, Z5 and Z6 and Z11 and Z12. These two and these two are meshed together, we get the ninth speed. So this is a 9-speed gearbox. So the output speed we get obtain the 9 output speeds. Next, step number 5, calculation of number of teeth on each gear. Then step number 6, select the suitable material for gear. If not given, refer PSD design data book page number 8.5. Step number 7, calculation of maximum torque. Maximum torque or design torque is equal to torque into K into Kd. Here there is a torque we have to obtain from power P into 60 divided by 2 pi n in Newton meter. K and Kd are a factors. Initially K into Kd is equal to 0.3, taken 0.3, refer PSD design data book page number 8.15. Step number 8, calculation of model. Module is the unit size of the gear. There is a gear is the larger one, or it indicates the gear is the larger one or smallest one. Here model is the ratio between the reference diameter divided by number of teeth. Like this is a gear one, so this is the reference diameter and this is the teeth. So M is equal to D by Z. Here diameter we didn't know, so we have to use the another one formula as M is equal to greater than or equal to 1.26 cube root of design MT divided by Y into design sigma B into psi into Z minimum. Here Y is the form factor. Refer design data book, page number 8.18. Define sigma B is the shear stress, maximum shear stress, is equal to shear load by area. It's given into the refer PSG design data book, page number 8.5. Then Z minimum is the minimum number of teeth. We know that in the basic rules for optimum gearbox, there is a fifth point is a minimum number of teeth we have to take it. It should be greater than or equal to 17. Then psi we have to take in 10. Refer PSG design data book, page number 8.13. Then step number 9, calculation of center distance. Calculation of center distance. The center distance is the shortest distance between the non-intersecting axes. For the example, this is the first gear and this is the another gear pair. Here there is axis is there. This is the one of the axis is there. So there is a shortest distance between the non-intersecting axis is called as center distance. This formula is equal to A is equal to M into Z1 plus Z2 divided by 2. Then step number 10, calculation of face width. Face width is a total length of the teeth in an axial plane. For the example, this is a side view, show like this. So this is a one of the gear, this is another one gear, these two gears are meshed. Here this is a teeth, total length of the teeth in an axial plane is called as face width. Face width is equal to B is equal to psi into M. Initially psi value we have to take 10, so 10 into M. Psi is the ratio between the face width and module. Step number 11, calculate the length of the shaft. Step number 12, design the shaft and calculate the various dimensions. Based on the step by step procedure, now I solve the 6-speed gearbox problem. The minimum and maximum speed of 6-speed gearbox are to be 160 rpm and 500 rpm. Draw the kinematic layout and ray diagram. Then given data, n maximum speed is 500 rpm, n max. N minimum is 160 rpm. Small n is equal to 6 speed. So n is equal to 6. Then to find number 1 kinematic layout, number 2 ray diagram, then solution. Step number 1, progression ratio. 5 n minus 1 is equal to n max divided by n minimum. So pi 6 minus 1 is equal to n max is 500 and n minimum is equal to 160, is equal to pi is equal to 500 divided by 160 whole the power of 1 divided by 5 is equal to pi 1.256. Here the spindle speeds are taken from PSD design data book, page number 7.20 and R10 series. Then the first value is 160, then second value is 200, then third value is 250, then fourth value is 315, then fifth value is 500, then next spindle speed is 600. So first speed is 160, second speed is 200, then third speed is 250, then fourth speed is 315, then fifth speed is 500 and the last speed is 600. Then step number 2, structural formula. For the 6-speed gearbox having the two structural formulas 3:1 and 2:3, here 2:1 and 3:2. I have to choose first one because of the first structural formula, it will be there is a satisfy the condition of basic rules in the ray diagram. So we have to choose this one. Step number 3, ray diagram. Structural formulas. Three is to 1 and 2 is to 3. Here first making as a rectangular box, there is having the two stages, so we have to divide as two column. This is the stage 1 and this is the stage 2. Here number of speed is 6-speed gearbox, so there is a as divided as the rows are 6 speeds. So there is a first speed is 160, then second speed is 200, then third speed is 250, then fourth speed is 315, then fifth speed is 500, then sixth speed is 600. Here the first initial speed we have to take in the topmost corner of the left topmost corner, we have to choose the first input speed because of there is a the condition it should be satisfied. So first we have to take in this one. The first stage having only one input speed, this input speed is divided as 3 output speed. So like this. Then these in the second stage, these 3 inputs are 250, 315 and 500. These 3 inputs are as divided as each 2 speeds. So first one, in the last stage we already known that there is a first input speed must be joined in the very lowest speed like this, then second one, then third one. So once again these three inputs are as divided. Next second time it will be divided. So finally we obtain the 6 output speeds. Now we check the condition. Stage number 1, here this is 600 and this is 500, this is 315, this is 250, this is n max, then n minimum, this is n input. The first condition is I max, I minimum is equal to n minimum divided by n input should be greater than or equal to 0.25. Here n minimum is equal to 250 divided by 600 should be greater than 0.25. This value should be greater than 0.25. So this value is, so 250 divided by 600 is equal to 0.16. This is should be greater than 0.25. So this condition is satisfied. Then I max equal to n max divided by n input. Then 500 divided by 600 is equal to 0.82. Should be less than or equal to 2. So that is a first condition, it should be the first condition is satisfied. Then first condition satisfied, automatically the second condition satisfied, that is called as n max divided by n minimum should be less than or equal to 8. Then third condition, in the all the stage except in the first stage, n max should be greater than n input should be greater than n minimum. Here this is the, in the first condition we have to neglect, first stage we have to neglect. Then second stage this is the maximum and this is the minimum, this is the input. So maximum is greater than the n input, at the same time the n input is greater than the n minimum. So these three conditions are satisfied. Next step number 4, kinematic arrangement. Kinematic arrangement, there is a structural formula for the gearbox is 3:1 and 2:3. So there is a shaft, it will be 3 shafts are there. This is shaft 1, shaft 2, here shaft 3. In the ray diagram having the 3 shafts. So here also shaft 1, shaft 2, then shaft 3. So here there is a 2 stages are there. So this is a stage 1, then stage 2. Then in the first stage having the 3 gears. So minimum gear, then maximum gear, then intermediate. Then gear pair is engaged into the shaft number 2. So minimum gear pair is the maximum one, and maximum gear pair is minimum one, and intermediate gear pair is the intermediate. At the same time there is having the two gears in the second stage. So small gear and larger gear only in the second stage. So this gear pair is, smaller gear pair is larger one, and the larger gear pair is smaller one. So number of teeth is Z1, this is Z2, then Z3, then Z4, then Z5, then Z6, this is Z7, then Z8, then Z9, then Z10. Based on the, now we can discuss about the introduction of the gearbox, introduction of the machine design, then types of the gearbox, and a step-by-step procedure of the gearbox, and solve the one type of problem up to kinematic arrangement. Based on this procedure, we have to solve the any type of the problem in the gearbox.